Hello, hello. Oh, I see Susan and Adrian, Elizabeth and Robin. Welcome, welcome. All right. Boston John is leaving. Okay, Tom, we are ready to go here. Are you ready?
No. Yeah, of course.
Are you ready, Tom?
Almost.
I have you unmuted, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You must be on your computer or something. Can you hear him now?
We can hear him.
You got me? Can you hear me? Test
can't
1,
hear
2,
you.
3.
Can you hear him? Oh,
We were at that health expo together. Are you still married to Iggy? And that happened to me with this woman named Victoria Barron.
Marianne, did you have the radio show on somewhere?
I do. Hold on.
Oh, that might be a problem.
We can hear you. Far away.
Okay, so am I clear?
Okay, I think we're set now.
All right, now I got to get reloaded. So you can see me?
Yes, and we can hear
Okay, well, I just lost me, so that's okay. That's okay. So let me find out where I am. There I am. There I am. All right, good. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night training Zoom. It's Tom Chenault. I don't know if you just saw my radio show or not, but Marianne Niehaus is a flat-out rock star, and I just want to give her a shout-out because what she did is unbelievable. She took a show that used to just be a lumpy radio show, and she has turned it into a magic TV radio show of epic proportion. Susan, can you see anything yet? Are you still confused? Either just type yes or no. Because she can't see anything. I think I can see her camera's on. Somehow she's not seeing anything. And that's pretty weird because we can see you even smiling with that beautiful blonde smile and those beautiful glasses and that cute look. So you're just going to have to figure it out. So too bad. You're just going to have to listen to it. Can't help you because I've got to pay attention. So I am really happy happy to see all of you and tell you that my favorite thing of the week is this Zoom, to the point that I'm going to start doing a lot more lives. We finally got this studio dialed in. Adrian has really, really changed the price of poker. We did a big Instagram TV show this morning, which was pretty cool. That should be coming up and populating. Is it up yet, Adrian? Yeah, it's up. So if you guys
not been, they haven't given you Instagram TV yet, so we got to figure that out. Coming soon.
Okay, so you guys got to start going to contact mapping on Instagram and get Instagram. And so apparently they've got something now called Instagram TV that nobody's using, and people are monetizing like crazy. So what we want you to do is do the same thing. So Marianne, put Adrian on the big screen for a second. So you got him on the big screen? Okay, so I want you to look over his shoulders, because you think this contact mapping is like, I mean, it's unbelievable. And Adrian is in a room right now with, Adrian, flip your camera around and just put Rick's face on the screen for a second.
His very favorite thing for us to do.
There's Rick. And Rick is my buddy who I met at Red Coffee. And I interviewed him, and he's as cute as a button. He's got a beautiful daughter named Ev and a beautiful wife named Emily. And Rick is as smart as they come. He went to MIT. He got his undergraduate there, and he also got his PhD from there. And his mom is a contact mapper of epic proportion. You've never seen anything like it. And as a result, when Rick saw the contact mapping app and the contact mapping concept, he and Adrian are smart kids that just decided to collaborate together, and the rest is history. So while Rick has another job, he's smart enough to use the contact mapping office, because we've got a pipe about this big for internet. We've got all this incredible coffee. We've got a bathroom about 23 steps away, and it's just the perfect place for all these nerds to come and work. And if you look over Adrian's shoulder, you can see the effects of the nerds that are working every day versus what. So if you look at my wall behind me, I'm in a remote area, and you can see there's no nerd notes. It's just beautiful. It's me.
A receptionist.
Yeah, there's my entire thought. You can see all my mind mapping right behind me, which is a cumulative thing of 0, because I am not a smart guy. I am just a contact mapper of epic proportion, and I love you guys, and here we are. So I'm going to get to the chats right now, because I want to watch these things too. So hang on a second. I want to make sure something's up there. Okay, good. I want to read that top one. There we go.
Tell you as bifocals, we're looking up your nose.
Got some zingers coming from the Denise Peanut Gallery today.
How did his hair look on the show?
Let me have Elizabeth. Can we get Elizabeth on screen?
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Are you reading? There's not that many. What are you reading? Because there's only like.
I don't know. Denise.
I'm sorry. I look terrible. I wasn't expecting to be on the screen. I'm sorry.
Well, you are now, Elizabeth.
Hi. Sorry. Oh my gosh, how horrifying. Okay, make sure you do your hair and makeup when you're going to go watch a Zoom, because you say that Tom Chenault's going to be on, and you're like, I got it. He's here, Tom.
Okay, so here's my hair. There you go.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
So here's the deal, Denise, for the Peanut Gallery. There might be private messages that you're not privy to, Denise, that I'm just not.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about
Oh,
that.
thank you. I wasn't reading slow. So here's the deal. Elizabeth, what's going on? Who are you? Tell me a story.
Well, I actually met Denise and you at the network, Best Network Marketing, or Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing Business. Denise told me to give her a call. I was never able to get her number to be able to call her, but the short of it is, I used to make websites for another company that was in network marketing. They had a lot of their people leave. It took out our business. We lost everything. We lost our home, our car, everything. To be completely honest, we live in a very small hotel. We're very much trying to get on our feet, and I have to have this business. I have to have my longevity business. I love Dr. Wallach. I believe you, and I need this. But the thing of it is that I've had a lot of trouble with three-way calls trying to get.
Hold it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so tell me more about you. So you and your husband live what city?
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, that's perfect. So you've got some support down there. Sanjeev lives there. Good. And who's your upline 5-star? Do you know?
Lorette Willis. She builds online.
Yeah, I love her. I know her.
My upline in between her tells me I'm not allowed to build online. So that's very confusing.
Okay, so who's your upline between?
Susie Schiffer.
Okay, good. All right, good. And awesome. This is vodka.
It is not vodka. I know you better than that.
Okay, good.
I have watched you so much trying to learn.
So how much do you love network marketing? You love it with all your heart, but you just can't.
Everything in my heart. I'm not kidding. Like everything. I 100% believe in this business, which is why I was helping people building websites and everything else before, because I believe in this business. I believe in the personal development. I love this business.
Okay, so what about 65 days and a wake up? How come I haven't seen you pop into there?
The first time I heard about it, I asked my upline for the thing to get into it because she said it was private, and she said I wasn't serious enough, so she wouldn't let me in.
Who the hell is this woman?
And now
is it Susie? You go.
I
Okay,
had a lot of things going on at the time, and she's like, "No, you're not there," and blah blah blah. And maybe she's right. I don't know. It really knocked down my confidence a lot because I was really excited. But now I want to do 65 and a wake up. I honestly deleted my Facebook account, and I deleted that because I was getting so much flack from my business falling under and everything else. I've got people that are just very upset at me, and it was hard, and they don't understand I've lost everything out of the deal.
Okay, cool. This is exciting. So
it's hard. I live in a little teeny hotel. Literally, we Uber to make money because I can't seem to get a job. I Uber to make money and then my husband gets sick, and and then it's only me doing this. I have to have this business. I would live in my car in Colorado if you told me to come up there to get training. I'm not kidding. I need this business. I have to have this business.
Okay, so stop crying and have fun. First of all, we cannot do this. I'm going to start crying. And I know, and this is perfect. Look at Pamela Schwartz. Everybody's eyes are like marbles because every one of them, and you know what they're thinking? She is saying what I feel. Everything that you just said, we all feel. I have been there before. I have thought I was at the end of the rope. I have thought that if this thing does not work tomorrow, I'm out of here. I'm just going to go to the top of this hotel and I'm jumping off. So don't get me wrong. You are not alone. I'm just not going to buy in the drama and start crying here.
No, I don't want you to, because I want to move forward.
So so you saw Denise's phone number. Denise is a rock star coach. Yes. Our job is to help you and Lorette and Susie Schiffer. I happen to love them both. And nobody gets to tell you what to do, by the way. If Dave Brisky calls and tells you, or Steve Wallach calls and tells you what to do, you tell them to stick it up their ass, and you're going to do it the way you're going to do it to feed your family unless they want to pay your rent. You clear about that?
Yes.
We're done with people telling you what to do. Okay? Now, that means you're free to fail. But nobody's bossing you around. If somebody wants to lead you with leadership, that's a different story, but nobody bosses you around. And I have a feeling that that's what they thought they were doing, and nobody was trying to make you feel bad, so hear that too. But at the end of the day, the cool thing about this business is you're an entrepreneur, and you are free to fail, and you're free to succeed. And we're going to choose succeed here. So mute her, Marianne. So the name of the game is I am so happy. Now, all of you people need to know that this woman was so unbelievably honest. And what she is thinking is literally what everybody's thinking when they meet you. They are scared to death. Their life is, they're showing up pretty good on the outside, but things going on they either haven't got money, they haven't got time, or they haven't got health. They're in a panic, and they would love to do what you're asking them to do, but they're too scared to do it. And that's why 65 days in a wake up is so important, because we can get people walking, and then we get them running, and then we get them sprinting. But we've got to get them walking first. And they're, most of us are crawling. We can't get across the room. And what you got? They're both sweet ladies. However, there you go. Got it. Yeah, we're gonna win this. So the name of the game is Denise is a rock star. So Denise, I'm going to unmute you for a second. I want to get your perspective on what just went down, because I know I handled it very poorly. And so Denise has sending me private messages. This is awesome.
I'm not either.
It's hard. I am getting taken to the woodset on the private message wall. So you guys.
No,
so what do you think?
no, when you, hold on, I have this thing there. I'd like to unmute myself. Okay, good. Yeah, and then he disappears. No, here's the thing, is that everybody, I was scanning everybody's faces across the top here, and everybody feels so deeply for you, because to a certain extent, everybody's been in that place, and here's the thing is, and you've heard this before, I think you've heard this before, but you're really in an awesome place because you have the gift of desperation. And that's the thing that Tom talks about all the time, is that so many times people don't have the gift of desperation, which really is a gift, because it makes you spur into action and your back's up against the wall. And so a lot of times people never really get started because their lives are pretty okay. They're paying their bills okay, and their life's not that bad. But the great thing and the real blessing is that your back is up against the wall, and we can help you. And the other great thing is, you see going down the line here, everybody's saying, we're here for you, and reaching out, and who knows where these people are in longevity. They're probably not in your upline or downline. They're probably, over here or over there. But that's the great thing about 65 in a Wake Up, is that it's community. That's the success of 99% of this, is its community. And so we'll chat this week, and we'll get a game plan, and then sticking with this positive community that you're a part of right now, you have every reason to succeed, every reason right now, and we're there for you. Yeah.
The gift of desperation, man. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
3 months ago, I had that doctor tell me, these guys were like, Denise was going, yoo-hoo, I'm single, because they thought, man, I'm going to be, they stole things about this heart of mine, all the jazz was scary stuff. And I got the gift of desperation, where they said, man, you want to stay alive and see those, spend the rest of your life with your life, and you want to have your life, you got to give up gluten, grains, and sugar. And it wasn't really too hard to make. Okay, I die, or I give up those things. It was just like alcohol. It was just like choosing network marketing. I've had 3 gifts of desperation in my life. 1 was drinking. Number 2 was having to quit my big stockbroker job and all that jazz from that career that was supposedly so great. It became my worst enemy. My worst nightmare was becoming a network marketer, but that's where God wanted me to go. Gift of desperation number 2. Gift of desperation number 3 was with just that thing a few months ago with my health. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I will, if I had to trade everything in my life for anything, it would be those 3 gifts of desperation. And I'm happy that you're in the stage that you're in, because you're probably coachable. You're probably teachable, because you have to do it. And that's going to mean closing that mouth and opening those ears and doing it our way instead of the way that you want to do it. But I'll tell you, if you want what we've got, you have to do what we do. And you have to, I keep talking about red. RED, like Red Avengers. And what does that mean? What does that acronym stand for? You got the Avengers, all those superheroes, but the Red Avengers are recruit, edify, duplicate. That's it. That's it. You've got to get good at that. You got to get great at that. And that's what we're doing here. In 65 Days in a Wake Up, and Marianne and I were just having a little spat earlier about me jumping back into 65 Days in a Wake Up and really stepping on the gas pedal and going through the 65 days myself. And I didn't do that because I knew I invented it. I made it, and I felt like I didn't need to do that because that's all I do. What I didn't know was there's some people saying, well, how come Tom hasn't done it if he's asking us to do it? Which is preposterous, but it was your truth. So I argued with that until I finally thought, you know what? What's stopping me? Documentation, which I'm already doing in the contact mapping app. What's stopping me? All the mechanics of showing you what my follow-ups are and showing you what my three-ways are. And quite frankly, my biggest problem in 65 Days in a Wake Up, and I accidentally did it earlier today, I had 3 interviews I wanted to tell you about, so I posted all 3 of the interviews. But my biggest problem isn't the interviews. My biggest problem is figuring out which interviews I want to show you, because I interview all day long intuitively. I do it as a muscle I've already developed, and because you needed me to prove it to you, I'm proving it to you. Because if I'm doing it, maybe Cheryl Morley, my upline, is going to do it. That might just happen. And maybe I'm a little irritated that she's not doing it. I didn't know I was, but maybe. And maybe you're a little irritated because I'm telling you every day you need to do it, and I didn't do it. So hell, I'll just do it for the rest of my life. I got no problems with this little movie. Who's talking? Marianne, I can't
see anybody.
I muted everyone. It's okay. You can go ahead.
Okay, so we're back in business.
You know what, honey? Can I say something?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Actually, it's Pamela that's in charge of the mute and unmute button. So I think I was talking to Pamela. So today
you can call me honey. It's okay.
Okay, good. I did 2 interviews, and this is just a little like aha moment. And I know you do this all the time, so you're gonna like roll your eyes at this, but it worked so well with little Julie, who I actually already had in my contacts, but she didn't have me in her contacts. But what I realized is I said, give me your phone. Let me put my name in there. And so she handed me over her phone. I put my contact information in it. And right away, then I pushed the call button. So it called me so that I had her number. It was such a little thing that was so brilliant, because I think that people, stop laughing, Tom. But it's like, I think that it felt really safe for her, because instead of saying, okay, I have my phone here, what's your contact info? And me putting it in my phone, there was a safety thing where it was like, let me have your phone. I'll put my contact info in, and then they're in control of that information. But I called me so that I could have her info right away. So it was like, I know it's like a little teeny tiny thing, but it was kind of a big aha moment.
Yeah. So you got, and that's very, hang on a second, I'm typing. I'm on 2 screens trying
Because
to
then
keep
it's
up with
very
all
safe. It's very safe for them because it's their phone. They're in control of the contact, as opposed to me taking the information, having their information in my phone. So it was just a little, it was just a little switch that worked really well. Yeah, and then a text. Yeah, exactly, Pamela.
Okay, so what I have, and I don't know how you guys' phones work. But what I do is on my main screen right there, there's only one contact on my main screen. And
Is
that
it
one
you?
contact is me. And the reason it's there is because I need their tips. Because the second I meet somebody, I do exactly what Denise just did. And then I hit that button and I send them my contact info. So now they've got all my contact info. They've got a total contact map on me, and I've got them. And then I say to them, and I swear I did this last night. I'll show you the picture, because this is important stuff. This woman right here, she about had a heart attack. Don't move. This is training. What you're trying to do. Okay, Tom. Who am I getting? Okay.
I was reading his text messages.
Yeah, I got sidetracked in my head. What I said to this woman was, I want you to send me a selfie right now. I don't care how bad you look. I want a selfie right now. I don't want your prom picture or a picture of you in 7th grade.
I think I know that person.
Yes, you do. But I said, send me a screenshot right now, because I want to remember them in my conversation with them, because it's going to link in my brain better. And
Right.
when now that's her picture in my contact map. And when I talk to her, it will be great. And when I see her one of these days, I'm going to remind her of that picture. That's how I've got her mapped. And she'll take a better picture right there on the spot. But that's the name of the game. So is that cool enough? So,
Very.
yeah, it's just everything. And Peggy Gleason, unmute Peggy Gleason for a second. So Peggy, I see you everywhere. Dr. Peggy Gleason, who works at Duke University, got sucked into 65 days in a wake up somehow. I have no idea how we even got a woman of her esteem in it early in the game. She goes through all 65 days. She brings Hanny Sy in. And a couple of days ago, you posted a picture that warmed my heart at a level you can't believe, of 3 women in the Philippines jumping for joy in the air, and they were your Filipino leaders. And one of those Filipino leaders is on 65 days in a wake up. I'm yelling at the woman because I'm going, her name on Facebook is some crazy young Jebediah something, and I'm going nuts. I'm going, tell us your name, will you? And she goes, my name is Carol. And I go, well, what the heck? Why are you calling yourself Young Jebediah? Your name's not Young Jebediah, it's Carol. She says, Tom, I met you in the Philippines. You know, and I couldn't even believe we have somebody in 65 days in a wake up posting every day from the Philippines. But you know what that's from? That's from the seed you planted, Peggy. You should be so proud of that.
I am so honored to have them on my team. Every one of them, all 4 of them jumping in the air. They're amazing. They're all powerhouses, and they're doing it exactly as we're trying to help and guide them to do it.
And so those 3 people, and you said 4, so I'm trying to think, maybe it was 4, but those 4 people, one of them is doing 65 days. It's just a matter of time till it's a true trickle down, and all of a sudden you've got an organization like mine, because that Philippines is exploding, and you would have never met those 3 people had you not trained and generated it with Hanny Sy and let the miracle happen. And to all of you guys, you can't hold this so tight that you're not teaching your team to do it. You've got to teach your team, and once they're done, you can't let them go. Because I'm telling you what, left to our own intents, we're all going to go. Once we did the 66 days, we all go back into our cocoon, even though we've got the skills, and we start acting like mushrooms again, don't we, Peggy?
Yeah.
And we can't do that. We can't do it. Whether it's Claire Kelway, whether it's Robert Estes, I don't care, whoever it is, because we've got people that we need to show them the path. We need to show them how to do what we so freely learned how to do. And then all of a sudden it becomes leadership. And I get my buddy Michael Clarkson. Michael Clarkson used to listen to me on the radio when I did a radio show called Business for Breakfast every day. He's on this call. I can't believe my eyes. He had this beautiful hope is she's still with you, that woman. Now that, because I haven't talked to you, Michael, you told me you were going to call me this morning. And so if you broke up with her, I apologize. Why don't you tell me right now whether you did or not? Are you still with her? Mikey? Okay, good. All right. So I didn't want to call her all this great flowery stuff and have him say, well, we broke up 6 months ago and now I'm sobbing. So yeah, so he's, and he came in the business and he had a company called Snow Coast Realty, and he was this great big realtor, and he probably still is, but a couple of days ago, because I never closed the door on him, never broke him down, anything like that, he is now back in business in longevity. And what's so beautiful about that, this is a relationship that goes back over 10 years. And he was a radio listener, and we became friends because we're both into income producing real estate and all that stuff. He took a tiny taste at a swing at longevity, but he was so busy in the real estate business that he basically gave it a little swing, but he didn't give it a big swing. So now he's given it a big swing, and he's back in the game because we didn't run him out the door. And what you have to do is always leave the light on for people, you guys, and let people know how much you love them and that you want them constantly to know that. Because where Michael Clarkson was 3 years ago isn't where he is today. And he came back and said, I'm ready to dance. And that's what you have to do. You can't make chicken. You can't do that. You can't let people be their best self. And if you don't act like a dipstick, all of a sudden, say goodbye to Rick Manelius. Where are you going, Rick?
Gotta go hit the road, get on a bike.
Get on the bike. Thank you for that information on the heart rate monitors.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Love you. And so that's all this boils down to, you guys, is complete and total focus on the human being across the table. When they're ready for help, you've done this, so you're ready to go. And I said this on the radio show earlier. I couldn't say longevity because it's a generic show. Somebody joins me. What did I say to them? You guys, a lot of you on here, what do I want you to do? I want you to go read GoPro today, and I want you to go to Longevity University. When you get done with those two, then you can call me on the phone. And then we're going to put you hook at, Esther. I don't know if she's on here. That's what we did with Esther, man. We put her right in the game, and everybody else that's resisting it, Kathleen or whatever, what's that woman's name that was sobbing? I already forgot it. What's the name of the sobber?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Say stop.
Elizabeth the sobber. Sorry. What I'm going to say to you is what I'm going to say to them. Here's what you do. You get into 65 days in a wake up. You start watching. In the meantime, you read GoPro. In the meantime, you go straight over to Longevity University. You learn that book and that info so you can teach that book and that info. And not only are you going to become a professional marketer, but you're going to be able to teach it. And you keep saying, well, hell, Tom, why don't you teach it? Because I'm a terrible teacher. I'm a terrible trainer. I am really good at this little thing called kicking the door open. Once I kick that door open, I have to have the tools take over. Otherwise, I'm not duplicatable. How far can I duplicate myself? Nowhere. So the name of the game, yeah. So, yeah. And somebody just wrote me that their upline told them not to use Longevity University, and that wasn't Elizabeth. It was somebody else. So here's the deal. You don't have a boss here. You're the boss. And why somebody tells you to do that, I have no idea. But I'm telling you one thing right now. It worked for me. And it worked for Scott Fardulis. And it worked for Corey Gold. And it worked for Cheryl Morley. And if it worked for those people, and it worked for Denise, and it worked for Juliet, and it worked for Avelia, and it worked for whatever Corey Gold's wife's name is, Adrian. So whoever, you guys, stop taking advice from poor people. Show me your check. Show me your check. I'm going to listen to you, but show me your check, because you're giving me advice counter to what the people that have the big checks, and don't check showing stupid, but that's a figure of speech. But the fact of the matter is, don't, man. That bad advice isn't paying your mortgage. I don't want you liking stuff on Facebook. You don't have time to go like stuff on Facebook. I love Be the Change. I'm really happy about it. But guess what? It's not paying your bills. You can do that do Be the Change. like you tithe at the church. Do be the change 10% of the time and work your ass off the other 90%. And I'm probably terminated. So, yeah, it's that simple. What do you think of that, Denise?
Oh gosh, Tom. No, you're awesome. Look at I get my stitches out tomorrow. Poor little thing.
Oh, but hey, by the way, Denise, somebody was mad at me the other day and they threw a spear, like a spear, big old dart, went about 75 yards. Denise looked up, she saw it coming, stood right in front of it, and I nailed her right in the arm.
Oh, I should have been faster. I could have gotten out of the way. No, it's absolutely, here's the thing is that these tools, we have these tools for a reason. And, the Longevity University is, we used to, for years, we tried to put together something like that, so that something that was duplicatable, a system that people could come in and start and be a part of and do on their own, no matter where they lived. And we finally have something, and it works. And Alex has done such an amazing job with Longevity University. And so use the tools, but don't ever forget that you use the interview first. So from the interview, you decide which tools to use. And then once they get in, then you have Longevity University to get them started. And you always have to remember that most people coming in are going to have, they don't have an entrepreneurial mindset, and so they have an employment mindset. So what you really need to do is say, okay, today I want you to do X, Y, and Z, and give them specific things to do in Longevity University. And then you check back. Okay, what do you think about that? How'd that go for you? Tell me your thoughts. And do it like that, but don't expect them. It's a rare person, like we were talking about Hanny, it's a rare person that comes in and that's just going to absolutely do it with or without you, and so really giving them marching orders is really important because people do want to be independent. That's why they want to get into longevity. They don't necessarily want to have a boss, but they want to have direction. And there's a big difference.
So we're going to walk you down the road. And the two books the one book I'm going to tell you to read is GoPro, not Sandy Ellsberg's book. Sandy Ellsberg's book is great, but we're trying to help you guys save a house. And once you get 5 times you read GoPro, and once you get that so into your soul that you can teach it, and once you do the same thing with Longevity University, then I'll tell you 10 books to read that are going to change your life. And I love all the books out there, and I love all the conference calls, and I love all the Zooms, and I love all their webinars, and I love all the Facebook likes, and I love all the endeavors to change the world. Only one small problem. You guys are living in a tiny little hotel room trying to survive, driving Uber and doing everything you can, and you got a sick husband. I am throwing you a life rope, and I am absolutely 100% committed that you follow this track, the longevity track, done by Steve Wallach, a network marketer who teaches network marketers, and Alex Tice, a network marketer who teaches network marketers. Follow those 2 things. Don't even follow me because I'm a train wreck. Follow Eric Worre, follow Steve Wallach, follow Alex Tice, and let nothing else get in your way. And you might have a fighting chance here. And that's what I'm looking for, because you have got the heart and you've got the head. All we got to do is give you the direction. And trust me, I'm a doctor on that. I promise you, I'm not wrong. I was trying to stare at the camera, so now I got to read comments. I'm moving my eyes now. Yeah. Good. Yeah, there's a Zoom study of, I'm telling you, 5 times. Yeah, I'll do it. GoPro audios are good. 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 I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm happy about all the comments. All right, so that's what we're doing here. We kind of, what time is it? You changed us all. I mean, this was really nice of you, Elizabeth. Don't you guys feel like you got some value out of it? Don't you feel like you've been drowning before? All of us do. Lorene, what's happened to you in the last week?
Life is good. I have a lot of people who are waiting to be interviewed from my post that I was, I have so many realtors that I have never invited into this business because realtors are so competitive, and had 20 good years at it, but pretty competitive. So when I put that announcement out there, they know I've been out of that arena for a long time. And then word got out that they had a good time with me and that I'm a different person than I was before. I'm not so uptight. And the interview was fun, and it broke out some things, just asking some questions that they hadn't thought about in years and they hadn't planned, because realtors live paycheck to paycheck. Most everybody does, but realtors for sure. But we live the lifestyle like we got it all together. I was a realtor. I can talk about us. So this interview has created a buzz, if you will, about just fun and thinking about things and having a plan and goal, and they're calling it Lorene's Therapy. So it's just really been a fun week. But I've got team members who are plugging in. I'm uncovering people that have been in longevity in the past and never done a thing with it because they didn't have any leadership. And I said, well, guess what? You got leadership now, and it doesn't matter if it's above me, under me, or beside me. It's just amazing what this interview is doing. I'm training it at every meeting. We have a meeting that'll start in about 30 minutes. And my Thursday mornings, 9:30 to noon, all they want to know about is the interview.
Yeah, because you're a changed person. And even though you had all this knowledge and everybody's known it, you're a changed person. And I will tell you, it's almost cathartic, if that's a word used in the right spot from my family. That's wrong. But here's the deal.
Cathartic.
Okay, whatever it is, there are words with friends. To be able to write all this stuff. I mean, I'm actually enjoying writing all these little stories about these people and my frustrations and my wins and my losses. And I've got so many leads, I don't mind punching them in the face on this thing, where I go, oh man, I can't believe that guy didn't do what I wanted him to do. And I can't believe that guy ignored me or called me a Ponzi scheme or a Madoff or whatever it happens to be that day that I feel like talking about. It's just almost like journaling. Nothing
better than journaling.
Yeah, it's so cool. And Susan, I saw you raised your hand, I guess. She might have gotten bored and fallen asleep. She's not on the screen anymore, Marianne. Did she raise her hand still up? Okay, so she'll be back. Make sure you interrupt me when she gets there. Okay. So that's what happens. Jennifer Salzman. And here's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'll call a guy. We can figure out, I'll think of somebody to call. But here's the deal. I want you guys to realize that we're a family here. And we're swimming together. And, Tamara, you're doing an unbelievable job on your interviews. I'm watching Jennifer Salzman come to the end of the rope here. Just Dee Widener. I mean, I know you guys saw her hit the finish line. It made me cry. And it's making me cry what's going on. Talk about, and people don't normally generate the results that Jennifer has. I mean, I'm blown away by what's happened to her over the last 66 days. Talk about that a little bit, will you, Jen?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay. So my whole way of just talking to people has really shifted because I have been really focused in the health, for all the years. And I have people that contact me they contact me a lot, really interested in just health. And I say to them from the very beginning, before we talk about any of that, I really just want to get to know who I'm working with. So tell me about you. And then they generally talk about themselves. And if they start talking about their health problems right away, then I kind of know that that's really all they want to talk about. But many times recently, people have been telling me I do this and this for a living, but my real passion is in health and wellness. And so then I let them know, hey, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know, you might have just found a really great mission to join us on. And I always talk about me and my upline and Dr. Wallach and the mission we're all on to help people from the drugs and surgery and financial disaster, So I really am trying to bring them into, if it makes sense, if I discern that they're interested in that, I let them know I think they're phenomenally, if I like them, I'll compliment them and say, I'd like to let you know that this is what we're up to. So, and I want to introduce you to somebody that's helped me a lot or whatever. I just open it up and stay way more focused on them and the bigger picture than just their health problem.
And when we first sat down, you were completely and totally focused on just health. And the breakthroughs around the business side of the conversation before you did 65 and a wake up, they were there, but they weren't there like they are now because you included it in the conversation and realized people want to talk as much about their money as they do their health. We just have to have the guts to ask them powerfully, right?
Right. And also their passion. I think the thing that I've mostly been talking to them about is their passion, because some people are in a desperate situation financially, but lately the ones that I've brought into the business actually full-time jobs, but they really want to switch into what they're passionate about.
Right.
It's going to be different just depending on where they're at, which is what you keep telling us is, serve the person in front of you. Don't have an agenda. So I'm trying to listen for the highlights and get off the phone before I start vomiting on them my solution. So it's often not in the first conversation. Maybe it is, depending, but I try to and sometimes it's taken weeks. It's taken a couple of weeks actually to enroll the last 2 CEOs that I've enrolled because they have lots of questions. I guide them to Youngevity University. I do a 3-way with them. 2 of them are coming to convention, so it's a process. But I would be, and what in the past, what I've done is, you just want to get on the supplements and then they get lost in supplement land. And yes, I always tell them they can share with their friends and family, but like you're saying all the time, don't make your customers who may be distributors, business builders if they don't want to be there. So I feel like I've missed out on probably a lot of potential business builders by not introducing that as an option from the very get-go in a very graceful, and sensitive way.
Yeah. Pardon me. You cannot interview with your eyes. And that's what all of you are doing. You're interviewing with your eyes, which is arrogant. Does that make sense to you? Every time I walk into Starbucks, man, somebody hands me a weight loss wafer. That's interviewing with their eyes. Does that make sense to you? Stop prejudging people. These are human beings, and your job is to make a contribution to them. To love like crazy, then love more. I'm not wrong about this. Okay, what do you want to say, Denise? Anybody want to say anything?
So tomorrow, Marina Worry is interviewing me on her Women Wednesdays.
What?
There's, if you look at my Facebook page. So yes, very exciting.
Oh, they are so jealous. I just saw Magic Johnson and Eric Worre.
I know, I saw that.
I know, but look at that lousy studio. Look at that totally lumpy studio with Magic Johnson and Eric Worre. The only reason they're trying to do it is they're trying to figure out how the hell a couple of broke people like you and I and Marianne, that's not a couple, that's 3, were able to put TV quality production onto Facebook. I mean, no one can believe it because we got the world absolutely going crazy because of the greatness of Marianne Niehaus. It's unbelievable.
What? Did you do something wrong? Are you in the doghouse? Is that why you keep, poor Marianne? Did you do something to Marianne?
Well, we might have turned over the water cooler.
We might have made a little bit of a mess.
So here's what happened.
I knew it. See, I always know when he's in.
And then I didn't clean it up, so the whole place is flooded because I was too busy working with you guys. And I had this chair, And I thought, so I had a chair that was lower, so I thought it made me look fat. So I'm trying to move the chair like this, and I'm moving it over here, and there was a distance between the wall and the chair, and there was a trash can in there. So I thought I would just push the trash can and the chair through the gap. But what I didn't realize is I tipped over the water cooler and caused a flood. And I didn't even flinch. I just stayed with you guys. And poor Adrian and Marianne had to clean up that mess. And they were.
Oh my gosh. No wonder.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You
I have
were
a question.
yeah.
What time?
Tom,
What's the
Tom,
question?
this is Kim. I have a question.
What's your name?
This is Kim Holly.
Okay, good.
Hey, this last week I was in Walmart, and there was a man with a cane. I don't want to break down crying, but anyway, he was in bad shape. And I've talked with him, and he's coming along. He's going to listen to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD. His legs are in bad shape, and he's extremely obese. And anyway, I just wanted to say that I didn't start off with the business opportunity. I just headed straight for, hey, you know, we just got into talking about health. And so I'm actually kind of guiding him on doing the keto thing so he can get that, so he can get healthy.
Go ahead and mute her. All right, good. I disagree 100% with what you did. And I know you think you did the right thing running over to him and telling him about keto and telling him about maybe all the other stuff. But my advice to you would be to follow the coffee shop interview and develop the relationship and let the guy fall in love with you for who you are as a human being with that big heart of yours, and shut up about keto and shut up about Dead Doctors Don't Lie and shut up about all the stuff that he's probably heard a million times in his life from everybody that's heard him limp across Walmart. And even though your heart was in the right spot, I promise you that guy this didn't happen to that guy yesterday. And if you just develop the relationship, you will attract people with your heart. You will repel people with your mouth. And I promise you. So that is what I'm giving you as advice. And I love you that you cared so much and he made you cry. The only problem is I can walk out of here and walk right over to Walmart and do the same thing to 500 people that don't want to hear a word I say either. Or I can go build strong relationships and use the tools and fall in love with them and let the tools do the talking, which will talk much louder if you want to go get 500 CDs and see if they call you. But I promise you, those people got, it's like me. Until I had the gift of desperation to do something about it, I didn't. And then I found people that I love. Then I found the desire to go get the information. Then I got the desire to go do something about it. And I'm just exactly, Tom Chenault is just exactly like that guy in the wheelchair. I promise you, extremely obese, can barely walk, diabetes, everything going on, and couldn't hear a word anybody said until I could hear a word somebody said. So that's my advice to you. And I hope that wasn't too straight. So let's see what else. Yeah, we're going to need a link to whatever it is that's going on. Instagram, go to Instagram. Hey, Adrian, how do they do it? Is there a link on it? I just went to your Instagram page and all I found was Eric Worre and Magic Johnson. Show me how to tell them to find the video.
So,
or is that on my Instagram page?
It's on your Instagram page.
So how did you just get to IGTV?
So
IGTV is where you want to go on Instagram. And I want you guys to get good at this Instagram too. Say hi to my son, Adrian. Click in the camera right there.
Hello.
And if you guys were on the radio and I was browbeating this guy named Ryan Enright, who is unbelievable. He's like a philanthropist, and his dad worked in the prison system. He's a father. He's a wonderful guy. He played football at the University of Colorado. He looks like a movie star, and I called him out that he never comes to visit. So he hopped on his horse and came right over and visited right during the middle because I called him out on the radio show. You just got to tell people what to do versus ask them. Love you, Ryan.
Love you too. I gotta go pick up my kids.
Okay, go get them, man. Love you.
Love you too.
You're looking rather pale. Are you taking your vitamins and minerals? Okay, liar. Yes, good boy. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
All right. So this is Instagram, and up at the very top, there's this new button that is Instagram TV, and they probably have been bothering you about it already if you use it. But it's that orange button that looks like a little TV, and it's got the little squiggle going through that. So then you hit that thing, and it's going to pull up, and it's going to say, who are you following? And it's going to have your people here. And so I'm scrolling through, and there's Tom Chenault. So you got to follow Contact Mapping, and you also got to follow Tom Chenault, because what we're doing today is we're using an Instagram account that has a big following on it to invite our friends to come over and join us on Contact Mapping's page, which doesn't have very many followers yet. So you want to follow Tom Chenault, and you also want to follow Contact Mapping, and you can watch our first video from his page, which is 6 minutes long, and you're going to really like. And then starting tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, you're going to start seeing a bunch of video posts from us on the Contact Mapping page. How's
Okay,
that
put
sound?
it up. No, put it up.
Put what up?
Put the zoom up on the screen so they can see I want them to see the studio. So this is another Miracle of Marianne Niehaus. Look at that TV show that she did. Is that crazy enough? So that is built, and that's the same as the TV show that we just did for the Tom Chenault show.
That's
and
awesome.
We're doing that right here in the studio. Does that make your pants want to get up and dance or not? Unbelievable. So that's what we're doing. So cool. So you guys want to play LCS one time before we get out of here? So at the air show, a guy called me on the phone, said, I'm a pilot. Can I come out to the airport and help you with the air show? And I said, what kind of pilot are you? You know, I kind of knew him a little bit. His name is Colin. And he said, I work for the airlines and I want to come. And I said, that sounds fine. So come on out. So he comes out, and we've talked to each other a few times over the years. And he's got a daughter that's a stepdaughter, and they just had a 1.5-year-old baby, and they're as cute as a button. Where am I going here? Colin. Denise just hates it that I'm this ADD. So here's Colin, and I don't even have his picture in there, which I'm embarrassed about. Should I? Because I was at the air show. I should have taken a picture of him. But here's Colin. So I told him to come by and get some samples. How are you, Colin?
I'm doing well, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing fine, but I'm a little bit confused.
Confused?
Yes.
That's not a good place to be. Let me see if I can fish straight.
Okay, so just help unconfuse me. So what you said to me when I texted you a little while ago, I said, what's going on with your health? And you evaded the answer, but you filled out a piece of paper. But I'm trying to find the right samples for you, Colin. How can I get the right stuff for you?
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on with your health.
Oh, just my lower back pain.
Lower back pain. Okay, good.
Yeah, isn't that what I put on the on that piece of paper?
You said joints. So the next thing that
Oh yeah.
And you've got that one.
It's a couple things.
Okay,
Couple
what?
things that I got going on.
Okay.
So sometimes I wake up and my elbows, shoulders, and knees, along with my hips, just all my joints are a little achy. But I find if I don't eat carbs, that tends to diminish, which is good. So I've been considerably cutting back on my carb intake. But what's connected with my hips is my lower back. It's just from sitting in a pilot's chair for multiple hours every day. Is really what the problem is there.
Okay, I've got you dialed in. That's what I wanted to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you the right stuff for you. I've got your mom dialed in. Then you said that you watched Eric Worre and you like that. Are you intrigued at network marketing in any way, shape, or form?
Absolutely, man. I was hoping I could talk with you about that maybe this evening. I'm on my way to a barbecue. You know Janet and Scott, right? Janet, what's his last name?
No.
They're in the program. They're in the program. They were at the air show. I thought maybe they were coming over to see you too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's Janet is part Native American. And,
Oh, I know who they are. Yeah, Oh, yeah, I know. Scott Johnson and Janice. Yeah. Okay.
Janice, right?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're going over to their house.
Cool.
It's over for a quick barbecue. So I'm gonna go stop by there and do that. I'm not sure it'll be very long. You're gonna be at the office until 8 tonight.
I do a Tuesday night presentation school, which is basically a very small, we're just sitting around talking. There's no business opportunity, anything like that. So come by. There won't be very many people there, and I'll step out and hook you up with some product. And if you just want to sit and listen to a couple of minutes about network marketing, as much free time as you have as a pilot, and as much time, it's hand dropped for you down the road, but I'll explain all that to you when I see you. But I can't wait to talk to you. I just was confused. We've never had a conversation like that before, so I'm pumped up. So I can't wait to see you tonight.
Right. Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about this for about a year now.
Have I ever
I've been listening.
Have I ever pitched you?
No, you never have. And I figured that was because of our relationship with the program.
No, it's because everybody hates multi-level marketers. So I try to do. So I try to do it. I try to do it with attraction rather than promotion. And I am like honored that you're going to come down tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever I'll buy you breakfast at Two Dog. But let's get together and let me explain this profession to you powerfully versus what everybody else tries to do. Is that a deal?
That sounds like a plan. What time are you guys meeting tonight?
The meeting tonight is at 7, and then tomorrow morning I'm free right after that 8 o'clock meeting if you want to go eat something. I think that would be actually better. I think you'd get a better feel if I meet you in the morning.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that way I'm not worrying about dipping out of this party early, and I can focus on spending some time with Janet and Scott, and we'll just plan on catching up tomorrow morning.
All right, man. I'm pumped up. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Colin. I love you.
Love you too, buddy. You too.
Bye. Do you guys understand that? I've known him for a year, but you just never know when somebody's ready. And so you can say two things that can happen out of that you scoffers are going to say, you should have talked to him a year ago, Tom. That's what the scoffers are saying. How many scoffers? Raise your hand if you're a scoffer. Don't lie. So anyway, it's attraction rather than promotion. Love like crazy, then love more. Show them that you are a powerful leader, that know what you're doing, so the time is right, that, there's nothing a year. So you guys all go, well, if I had a radio show, if I was this, if I was that. No, you just have to love people, be present to them, be interested in them, and forget everything else. It's about you and the person across the table. And if you get 4 guys, if you get Scott Fardulis, if you get Lorraine Williamson, if you get Lance Gordon, if just 4 strong legs going crazy, you're done. So rather than running around liking stuff on Facebook and getting on all these damn calls and doing all this stuff that just suck your vitality right out of you, and you shift that to just going over there and doing 2 powerful interviews a day and documenting it and remembering these people and their lives, and let them, at the day that there's a crack on Saturday, pardon me, he came for the air show, but I sensed a crack in his armor, and that's when the conversation started. Does that make sense? But you have to have enough people in your pipeline. You have to be Jennifer. You have to be Lorraine. You have to be Peggy. You have to have enough people in there that you're not so desperate that you're looking at them like a deer in the headlights, petrified that if you lose them. There's Lance Gordon. I didn't even know he was on here. What an honor. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe he didn't tell Randy Shannon about this, because she just texted me. I asked her if she was on here, and she said she didn't know about it. So the fact of the matter, you guys, the fact of the matter is you've got to tell your downlines about this call. That's what I love about it. Dylan Suggs, unbelievable, doing a great job in 65 days in a wake up. I've tagged Shannon and Kayla Lira a couple of days ago, because we got to get your team that jumped out of the game back in the game. But every one of us can do this. Michael Clarkson, I'm so proud of you in the game and playing this. So let me see what else. Oh, that's what I want to do. And I love done. Done, 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 done. Yeah. Done, 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 done. Done, 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 done. Good. I can see it. So don't forget to watch Marina Warry and Denise tomorrow. It's going to be smoking cool. Robin Tanner, great to see you last weekend in Utah. That was pretty cool. So all of you guys, I don't know that you know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you. Johnny Clark, all you people. Randy Shannon, you did an unbelievable job over in Utah last weekend. Unbelievable job. That was your initial speech. People went crazy with it. You're a naturopathic doctor. You're leading the way. It's cool. Claire Kelway, naturopathic doctor. 2 naturopathic doctors on here. Unbelievable. It's just so cool. And you guys are a community here. You can use each other. Get into 65 days in a wake up and start posting those 2 interviews a day and 1 3-way call. It's going to change your life. As good as you think you are. Emma, my little Harvard girl, speak out before we go. Pamela, am I wrong or am I right?
You are absolutely right. And you know what we all need to do as graduates? We all that have done this, like I graduated, I was the first one to graduate a year ago, and we didn't have contact mapping back then. And so now what I need to do is I need to go back through that contact list and contact map all of those people, because that's going to change my business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go back. That's what Lorene did.
Exactly.
She's just interviewing her database. She's just interviewing people that were dead. And she's saying, why? Why? And Lorene, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I'm saying this about myself, not you. She's calling us. She's calling all our leaders and saying, why did you drop out? And they're saying, because you weren't leading me anywhere, Lorene. And she's saying, I know it. I feel so bad. Now I want to lead you somewhere. I'm doing this 65 days in a wake up. I'm learning this so I can teach this. I think you would be perfect for this. Do you want to jump in the foxhole with me again and take this on? And they're all saying, heck yes, I would, because you are a rock star. I've always loved you. I was just waiting for you to learn it so you could teach it to me, so you could lead us somewhere, instead of us all going broke enthusiastically and taking other people with us. That's what it is. That's what I love about Lance. He's got Rock Rice on here. He's got Randy Shannon on here. He's bringing his organization. Marianne's bringing her organization. That's the cool thing. So tomorrow, watch Denise and Marina Warry. And you guys want to know who, I know you know who Marina Warry is, Eric Warry's wife. But I'm looking at the screen right now. I only see 37 active participants. There's a lot more on their phones. That's just what got picked up here. But that's criminal. That's criminal. You need to bring everybody in your group. I need to bring everybody in my group. I should have told Keith Halls about this. He would have told his people. That's another leg of mine. I should have done that. I'm calling that on me. It's that simple. We need to duplicate. Recruit, edify, duplicate. Red Avengers. That's what you want to become, a Red Avengers. So Elizabeth, you've got Denise's phone number. Your homework is to call her. When can she call you, honey?
Well, we can figure out a time. Text me, and then we'll figure out a time to spend some time on the phone.
All right. And she's a beast. In fact, Denise, actually, I'm going to Australia. What you guys don't know, the only reason I'm going to Australia to hang out for 10 days is because Denise already completely looked at me and said, by the way, Tom, I'm going to be gone for 10 days. I'm going, what? She goes, yeah, I'm going to go do another huge coaching program so I can be better for the women of longevity. So I'm going to be gone for 9 days. So you're going to be feeding the dog, taking care of the kids, doing all the jazz that you do. And I'm going to be gone. I'm going, wait a minute, that's just wrong. I have to feed the dogs and take care of the kids? She said, yes, you do. I said, no, I'm leaving. So I called up everybody and said, I'm going to Australia and somebody else can feed the dogs. Do you want to tell them what the truth is?
Well, we coordinated it.
No, number 2 is we don't have a dog.
Oh, well, yeah, that clearly.
I was going to say it's Squirtle the turtle. That's who you
Squirtle
It's the turtle. We still have a turtle that's not mine.
All right. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Everybody have a great night. Go to Instagram contact mapping. Go get most of you are confused as to how to do your contact mapping app. That is preposterous. It is so easy. And if you have a problem, call Marianne, 303-667.
Oh, you're awful.
What? She doesn't do anything.
Oh, bologna sausage.
Bologna sausage. Okay. I love you guys.
That one.
We'll see you later.
Right. Bologna sausage.
Good to see you, Rock. Bye.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
See you
everything.
guys.
Back on.
Love you guys.
Thank
Love you,
you.
Marianne.
Have a great evening.
Bye, Colleen.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Bye.